Hello and hi everyone. Thank you guys so much for joining in. It is me, Magical Matthias, and today I'm doing something really cool. So I have got the Barbie Inspiring Women Eleanor Roosevelt doll, and I've also got a publication that she worked on over a century ago. So that is pretty cool. I'll show you guys. This thing is over 100 years old, and it's the Ladies' Home Journal, which is what she actually. I think she was the editor of it eventually, or maybe she was just a journalist forever. But she worked on it. But she was very popular during her presidency to vocalize a lot of women's points of view. So definitely, I'll kind of show you guys a little bit of that. It's really cool. I've got a few different versions of it, but it's just really interesting to kind of put your mind in the eyes of like Eleanor Roosevelt during World War I. So this publication was from 1917 specifically. So at that point, she was working with the Red Cross, which I'll show you guys a little bit later. But Eleanor Roosevelt is a really interesting woman in women's history because she fought for women's rights. She fought for racial rights. She fought for things that a lot of people weren't fighting for at the time, and she made life better for or tried to, at least for a lot of people around her. But I love this doll. I know a lot of people like give me hate because I love this dress. I think it's super cute. But I'll go ahead and show you guys the back as well. It's got a picture of actual Eleanor Roosevelt, and then it's got a little blurb about her, and I am going to read it because it's actually really cool. If I stumble, I apologize. So it says, Eleanor Roosevelt, First Lady and Activist, 1884 to 1962. And it has one of her quotes underneath, and it says, "Nothing has ever been achieved by the person who says it can't be done." And it says Eleanor Roosevelt. Then underneath it says, Barbie recognizes all female role models. Inspiring Women series pays tribute to incredible heroines of their time. Courageous women who took risks, changed rules, and paved the way for generations of girls to dream bigger than ever before. And so I think that's amazing. But then if you read below, you really get to know why Eleanor Roosevelt was so great. So Anna Eleanor Roosevelt was the longest serving First Lady of the United States, the UN spokeswoman, and an activist who worked tirelessly in advancing human rights. When her husband, Franklin Delano Roosevelt, became the 32nd President of the United States in 1933, Miss Roosevelt transformed the role of expectations of First Lady. She became a trusted advisor to her husband while also championing policies around civil and economic rights. Using her unique position, Miss Roosevelt wrote her own daily news column, and she often held press conferences exclusively for female reporters promoting equality for women in journalism. After serving 4 terms as First Lady, 4 terms, Miss Roosevelt continued in public service, serving on the board of directors of the NAACP and Congress of Racial Equity in 1945. She then went to be appointed to the UN General Assembly, where she worked to draft the Universal Declaration of Human Rights, which was ratified in 1948, earning the tribute as First Lady of the World. For her hard work and dedication to the humanitarian efforts, Eleanor Roosevelt's perseverance redefined the role of women in politics and public life. Girls need more role models like Eleanor Roosevelt because imagining they can be anything is just the beginning. Actually seeing that they can makes a difference. So that is... Okay, I don't know who reads the back of the box, but if you're not in tears by the end, what? But I just love that. If you guys don't know, her husband had polio. He was in a wheelchair, so she was the First Lady that got to do all the traveling, to kind of be his voice on the road. So it gave her her own type of insight as well. So let me go ahead and get her out of the box, and I'll be right back. Alrighty, so we have Miss Eleanor out of the box, and she's so cute. I love, honestly, like, the outfit. It's cute, it's simple. I don't necessarily know if it's something that she would wear, but I love that they put her in this. And she's, like, definitely giving you old lady vibes, but she's also still, like, whimsical and, like, fun, and, like, is this the Generation Girl sculpt? I think it is. Like, it's so cute. And her little hat has little flowers on it. Can you see that? Here, let's see if it'll focus. You can kind of see it. She's got some flowers on her hat, some waves in her hair, and her hair is like a silver brown, so it's not quite all the way gray. Oh, there's a spider right there. Oh. Anyways, so she also comes with some stockings that go all the way up, and she has the cardboard covering her knees right now to protect that joint, and then black shoes. It also comes with a stand and a certificate of authenticity. So overall, like, I think this is a great doll. The fabric is really interesting. It's like a poly that's supposed to feel like a taffeta or something. It's really cool. And I actually really love the sleeves. Like, I love this dress. I feel bad for people who don't like it. No, that's me. And she also has a pearl necklace, but she's like not wanting to focus. There we go. So she has a little pearl necklace on there. And if you don't know this already, the curvy collector body is a great body if you like articulation and you also like good proportions. It's not quite as the curvy articulated body that you have with Made to Move is a little bit more shrunk down, more stumpy. This is more like a fashion, what would be like a fashionable size 14, like a runway couture is a size 4 and 14 usually, so this would be like that 14. But it's really great. I love the proportions that they usually have, and the bust is a great proportion to the hips too. But they're funny because they put them on all the old ladies. Like my favorite one is the Susan B. Anthony one. But yeah, even like Maya Angelou has one. So definitely check those out if you don't already have them. You can always swap them to your normal fashionista bodies to give them that whole look still. But there's Eleanor, and really quick, I'm gonna let her like peep up and be like, hey, while I'm showing you guys this publication that she worked on. So this is the Ladies' Home Journal. This one is from 1917, and you can see on the cover, the illustration is, we can assume that it's like a wife sending her husband to the war, but I don't want to judge. I love her dress. I don't know how it's gotta be period appropriate because that's when it was made. She's got like bell sleeves, that's crazy. And just like the illustration itself is so beautiful and so detailed. And each of the covers have that too. So there's like one for Christmas. It's got like, they're all based off, most of the covers were based off of the war because this that I have is all based off of like what was going on during World War I. But whenever you open it up, there's different things. There's like ads for stuff that was like forever ago. And then there's also, let's see. So this would have been what Miss Eleanor would have been doing. So like you can see how delicate this is because like I said, this is over 100 years old. But this is what she would have been wearing. This is the contributions that she would have been working on. But just stating what the American Red Cross would be doing for World War I in 1917. So that's really interesting. And a lot of her personal publications started getting more popular when she actually took office. So like the 1940s or whenever she started doing all of the big ones that you really see her name attached to. A lot of these she was just kind of helping out with, but you see like this is what theater looked like back then. So you had flappers, and then let's see what else we had. Like just the illustrations inside are just amazing. Can you see it? Let's see. But and then there's also like there's things that we still have around. This publication also was $1.50 for the entire year. But if you just wanted one copy, it was I think it was 15 cents. But there's still things that we have around now, like Wesson oil. So it's really interesting, and to see like old recipes like Crisco biscuits and things, it's just really cool to kind of put you in that visual perspective of someone who may have been there during that time, and also to understand that you have a piece of history and then she made that history. That is really cool. I just think it's an absolute blessing. If you didn't watch my video before, the woman who gave me, her mother was Elvis's backup singer and father was the drummer, and she gave me all of her old Barbies that her mom was like a fantastic seamstress, and she was like making them on the road while they were doing the Vegas residency and things like that. So that's really cool. She also gave me this just because they had so much awesome history in their house, and she's moving and downsizing. So I'm eternally grateful to have all these cool things. And yeah, I love Miss Eleanor. So let me know what you guys think. Thank you guys so much for making this my safe space to explore my creativity, my weirdness, and my intelligence, you know? So I appreciate you guys letting me educate you from my perspective. So thank you guys so much. I hope that you have a great rest of your day, and Magical Matthias out.